Yes, sir. We gonna pop bottles in this motherfucker. Cliff is here. What's popping, y'all? You said you got surgery. Surgery what though? You say you nervous?
Yeah, I got a little lipo I'm getting in a DR.
Break that down for me. What the fuck is that?
Lipo is like in your stomach, like they suction the fat out. I lost in the last year. I lost about like 60 to 70 pounds. So I probably am gonna have to do like a little mini tummy tuck, cause when you lose a lot of weight, you get like little extra skin. That's all about what I'm doing though.
So you lost the weight like organically?
Mm-hmm.
How was that?
It was a big lifestyle change. Well, I didn't really do it by myself. I did do something.
Like what? Talk to me. Come on, man.
So a lot of people don't know. This is like the first time I'm talking about this.
Thank you.
But I did do something called a VSG surgery, and that is basically where they cut your stomach in half.
Okay.
So like I can't eat. Like I'm not really supposed to eat over 2 ounces. And I got it done in September, and I went from being 253 pounds to now 170. I'm like 175 pounds now.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
I mean, so either way you get it done.
Yeah, I got it done.
What's the name of the surgery? What is
VSG.
it? VSG.
Yeah.
What type of is that?
It's like a gastric surgery almost. I don't know. I know I can't eat like that. Yeah.
I'll Google it. You say you can't eat more than 2 ounces?
Yeah, like I have like literally if I go to McDonald's and I order like some chicken nuggets, I could probably eat 1 chicken nugget and maybe like 2 or 3 French fries.
Damn.
And then in like 2 or 3 hours, I'm back hungry.
How was that?
It's terrible. I'm not gonna lie. And I'm glad that I kind of waited to tell on this podcast. But a lot of my followers is like, now I ain't gonna lie. Before I did do the VSG, I was doing some diet pills by Dream Body Studio, and they really did help. But I noticed like once I was able to kind of start back eating, and like I started pigging out, it's like the weight would come back. It would double
instantly
up. It would just always double up. And I just feel like when it came to food, I never could really control myself. So the VSG basically has helped me maintain it. It's helped me just, and I feel a lot better. Like imagine just like going to different stores, Louis Vuitton, Christian Dior, and you wanting to get into some jeans or some, just all different types of clothes, and you can't fit them.
It's up and it's stuck now.
Yeah.
It's
so
up.
now I can fit it.
So the thing is though, because like niggas in Atlanta, you from up north, I'm from up north. Niggas like to eat, and I mean, you can't eat that much right now. Like
right.
But you say it's worth it because
it's definitely worth it, and I know how to cook really good, so it's like. I ain't gonna lie, it's like a mental thing, like especially like while I'm cooking, I'm like, damn, like I'm cooking food for my boyfriend or my friends, I'm like, damn, I know this shit's about to be good. Then I eat one bite, now I'm full. Damn. It's a mental thing, but I feel like ultimately I would rather be slim than to enjoy food and just get bigger and bigger. Like, I really feel like I had an eating I feel like I had an eating disorder. Like I just always was hungry.
I think that's everybody. Like what? Like everybody love to eat, especially in Atlanta. They got so much good food, places to go.
Like it was different. Like every maybe couple hours, I was going to Cookout, McDonald's, Burger King, and I'm
like that.
Yeah, and it was terrible. It was terrible.
I'm judging you. That's disgusting.
Yeah, it was very disgusting. And then like I didn't want to work out. And then like when I started getting big, I started to really like. I started trying to wear stuff to hide it, like bigger shirts, just stuff to kind of camouflage it. But you could always tell all in my face. So VSG has helped me 1,000%.
Don't feel bad, man. I ain't gonna lie. So I started wearing bigger shirts because of that too.
I'm dead.
I'm gonna keep it honest. Can we be honest? Like sometimes I'm judging you, nigga. I do the same shit. Like when I was younger, I was fit like a motherfucker.
Yeah.
Now I be grubbing out and I don't work out that much.
Right.
And I'm like, nah, I need my shirt like big for real.
And the older you get, the more the weight sticks on.
Facts, and it's harder to get.
It's harder to get rid of it.
Man, fuck these niggas, but look, niggas gotta get it done. Yeah. So you from Jersey, right? You doing this music thing, and we're gonna go all over the place because I just wanna we're gonna talk about music. We're gonna talk about a lot of other things, right?
Okay.
How much of you would say your style, your music style, is influenced by Jersey?
So first, my motto is gorgeous gangster, right? And that's my motto because I feel like up north we are like natural gangsters. Like we are very hard. We're very aggressive. We're very like, straight to the point. Whether like down south, they're very like, well, I'm not gonna lie, because they definitely are ruthless out here as well, but they have more of a southern hospitality. So, and I feel like my dad, I get the whole gorgeous gangster thing from my dad, because back in the day, my dad was like one of the biggest drug dealers. He is still to this day like an OG. Like he's really like into the streets very actively. So I just feel like from me being raised around that Jersey hardcore type of like environment, I just feel like it rubbed off on me. Like I'm really not the typical gay boy. Like a lot of shit doesn't bother me. I'm really straightforward. I'm very blunt. Like I don't, how like when people be like, oh, well, how do you feel about Lil Boosie? Like I don't care. Lil Boosie is not talking to me. He's not talking about me. I don't care. You know. Like so I feel like that whole just up north. I feel like we kind of have to. It's like we have to be kind of like blunt and straightforward. You can't be sensitive.
And we don't mean no harm. Even when you come here, I'm like, fuck you mean. I'm saying all type of crazy shit. But it's like, I'm not talking like, I'm not just, right. You can feel the love, if that makes sense, right? So I definitely would say that. But what about the music though? Like, cause is this long debate that I'm pretty sure you know about, this Baltimore club, Jersey club, who started first, but even in that, and even in that aspect, I see a lot of like artists coming from Baltimore trying to incorporate that music into the club sound. Are you influenced by any club music or anything?
Nah. I'm not really influenced by the club scene. Now I do know back in the day, like I used to do like the whole Baltimore club music, the Wu-Tanging, the sexy walking and all that. But as you get older, you don't really do that type of shit no more. But one thing I will say is when I do hear that music, sometimes it do make you want to dance. But as far as incorporating in my music, not really. It's just more so the mentality is what I incorporate in the music.
It's crazy because you say that and I kind of like knew that because I listened to a couple songs and you've been doing this for a minute.
Rapping?
Well, just being lit.
Yeah.
In general. Like I feel like you crawled for a lot of people to walk.
Yeah.
And
I'm glad you said.
So and this is why I say bear with me, and to the audience, I need y'all bear with me too, because we're gonna talk about music, but it don't start there.
Right, it doesn't.
And I'm sorry, I'm saying it's like it's hard to be like I can't force that. Right. I want to, but I can't. You know what I'm saying? Let's talk about this first.
Okay.
The first thing that popped out to me when somebody sent you the rap on app, shout out to them, they from the DMV too. They're like you should interview him because it would be controversial or some shit like that.
Right.
And I read the caption and it kept saying like using the pronoun him. And I see a lot of people do that. I even see you do that. And I was like, I didn't understand, because usually I would think you would want to be
a girl
called by a girl. Like, talk to me.
So, okay. I'm glad we're doing this podcast because I feel like, over the years, a lot about me has changed. Like, back in 2019, I had a show with BET and I made this big statement. I was like, I don't want to be a girl. I'm a guy, blah, blah, blah. So, for the record, I feel like until, and this is just my opinion, until I come out with breast or until I say, hey, I'm doing hormones, I'm now trying to become a woman, or... because I really don't know if this is a phase. Like, I really don't know. I may end up going back to wearing a mohawk, which I feel 100,000% I never will. But when you're young and you're learning yourself and you're just like, because you got to remember, like, this really isn't normal. It's not normal for a guy to wear hair and makeup and, I'm not on no hormones. I'm not, getting breasts. Like, I might have a feminine body. It's so weird. But I feel like I don't want to label myself. I just want to be he.
You, who you are.
Yeah, I want to be who I am. And I just feel like I'm Cliff. Until I say otherwise, then we going to roll with that. But as of right now, it's Cliff, it's he, and that's just all.
And I say that popped out to me because, like, as a journalist or somebody that do conduct interviews, I try to be respectful as possible. So, like, when I see it, I know what happens is somebody come out gay or say they're trans or they want to be referred by she. In the world, what happens is they're so ignorant to it that they want to call you a guy because they know, right? And I didn't know if that was it and people were just intentionally not saying it, but then I started doing more research and I'm like, oh no, this is what you go by. And I was just wondering, wow. Another thing that I saw was you mentioned your pops earlier or whatever. He was like, he was real big in the streets. You wasn't accepted by your pops.
Yeah, in the beginning I wasn't.
So when did that change?
I feel like it really, and I'm not gonna lie, I feel like it took the world to support me, and I feel like where I'm from in Jersey, it's Pennsgrove, and it's like a very, very small town. We don't have no celebrities there. It's like a town of like poverty. There's nobody there that's like me. I mean, there is, but.
And not even physically. I'm talking about like star
Yeah,
power.
like, and you have to remember, like, when you have somebody and take away their sexuality, when you have somebody who is so talented, I'm not even talking about musically, because I feel like musically, I haven't even all the way tapped in yet. Mm-hmm. But I feel like when it came down to being a hairstylist, and you have somebody who is so young and so talented and know what they want out of life, I feel like you have no other option but to respect it. And I feel like it took my father to see that within me. Like wow, my son is really out here doing some big things, and he's only 18. Wow. So after a while, I feel like, and then I'm grown, so I feel like after a while, he began to respect it. Like last year was my first time being around my father wearing hair, makeup. I have like a big butt. I have this body, and I'm so nervous. I'm like, oh my God, I don't know but he was so respectful. Like, he didn't make me feel uncomfortable. And I feel like that's the biggest thing, is just making sure that as a father or a parent, your child is comfortable. It's to the point where, like, my boyfriend is also super thorough. Like, I don't even really like guys who act feminine and gay. I feel like there should be one, me personally, I feel like there should be one feminine and one masculine. My boyfriend is super masculine. He's into like guns and dirt bikes. He's like really, and my dad and him, they click like this. Like, my dad calls him on his own, so I just feel like it's a respect thing. And I feel like once people get the whole gay, all that out of their minds, they'll understand that, like, literally, being a gay person, like, you're human. You're like I bleed how you bleed. Yeah, exactly. Like, I fight how you fight. You know what I'm saying? Like, it literally
But I mean, you fight like how I fight. But if I get my ass whooped by you, or a straight man get it, it's bad.
Yeah, no, but it's happened so many times. Like, a lot of men feel like, oh, he wear a wig. Oh, he likes men. He can't fight. This is what they feel. They feel like this.
Who think that?
A lot of men. Like, I remember one time. It's been a couple times, like, I've had to get with some of my friends' boyfriends and shit. Like, I just don't play disrespect. I don't care who you are. Like, I'm probably, like, no shade, I'm probably more gangster than you are. Like, meaning, like, I'm in traffic arguing with people. I'll pull my gun, and I have to stop doing that. But I will. That's just how I am. But
let me hide my shit. Make sure
I'm dead.
Let me make sure my shit closed.
I'm dead.
Niggas, I put my strap out. Fuck
yeah,
that.
So it's just like, I just feel like when it comes down to respecting, I feel like that's deserved. I feel like respect is due to a dog.
Anybody.
And I just love the fact that now my father respects it, and he's appreciative. I mean, he's accepting to it.
So I always try to play like devil's advocate or the other side of the gate, right? Mm-hmm. And in preparing for this interview, I tried to, like, just look at a lot of other people's styles.
Right.
And I was watching a Dwayne Wade interview with I Am Athlete, because he did an interview talking about his son, who they call their daughter now, because that's what she want to be called.
Right.
And the things he was saying on the interview was basically like, I guess she was watching something and somebody was gay or whatever, and he was putting them out. And he was putting them out because they was gay. Same with, I think, Saucy Santana had a similar situation where his mother was like, start throwing all his clothes away and stuff like that, because, like, if you're gonna be grown, you can't be grown under my roof. Right. And it's weird because that's an experience that I experienced with my parents. Like, my mama's always like, I'ma love you, but if you ever be gay, you never want to stay under my roof. So as I became an adult, I used to always say, I don't have no problem with gay people or people that call themselves gay, but if my child was gay, I would love them, but they just couldn't live with me because that's all I saw.
Right.
I say that to say, full circle. Maybe your father just didn't know how to accept it because of the generation before him. Maybe he didn't come accepting you because of the world accepting you. Maybe he just didn't know how to.
And I'm not gonna lie, like, I remember growing up, and I remember hearing him and my mom have a conversation. And I remember, like, this is, every child around the age of 14, 15, 16, they start developing a mouth, and they start getting into this mentality, like, where they can beat the world and ain't nobody going to talk to them crazy. And I remember I used to have, like, little mannequins and mannequins, and I would hide them under my bed. And every week when I got an allowance, I would go on Amazon and I would order these mannequins. And it just seemed like every month while I'm at school, why is my dad doing a deep clean in my room? And why is he going under my bed and throwing my mannequins away? And I remember one day I came home and I did these fire ass braids on this mannequin. And I noticed the mannequin wasn't under the bed no more. Oh, well, all hell broke loose. At this point, like, that was a masterpiece I created, and you threw it away. And I remember me and him got into it, and I remember him going in the room and telling my mom, I'm not raising no faggot. If I wanted to have a girl, I would have had a girl. But I also have 3 sisters. So it's just like, I don't know. I just feel like people don't really think. Like, and I'm not going to lie, I feel like I was born this way. Like, I don't feel like this is something that somebody can make you, or, you know, as a child I seen. Like, I never was a child that got touched or anything or around people like that. I just knew what I came out the womb, like, I knew what I wanted. Not like that. Meaning, like, I know I wasn't attracted to no girl. You know, as a child, as an infant growing up as a child, I looked at girls and women as Barbie dolls. I looked at them like I wanted to play in their hair.
Which I call a muse or no? Is that what it's called? A muse?
A muse is like a model.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but
I probably looked at them like somebody.
Yeah, like I did. Like, I used to go up to girls and just like play in their hair and stuff. And I remember, like, you know, whether if it was my sisters or my like grandma's friends, yeah, but like, you gonna be my boyfriend, and I'll be looking at them like, you too big. Like, you know, knowing deep down inside, hell no. Hell no, I ain't gonna be your boyfriend.
Wait, so did you ever have an experience with a girl?
I kissed a girl. That's it. That's it.
So, I say all this to say, we was talking about how, like, before we was like, you had to cross so many people can walk. You always knowing this, right? And just asking around, you was lit at a young age. Like, I mean, kind of how it would be the equivalent. And I ain't trying to be disrespectful, but I'm sorry. It would be the equivalent to how, like, our superstars had to grow up, like Bow Wow,
right? You
know what I'm saying, Lil Romeo. And I say these people because it was like, once they became adults, we wasn't able to accept them because we only saw them as children. As far as your business, right? Do you feel like you was at a disadvantage being lit so early?
No.
So you think you still get the same respect?
Of course. And I'm not settling for nothing underneath.
So when I say respect, I mean, do you think people still look at you the same when they was looking when you was 17?
No, I don't think so. And I say this because, you know, I stopped doing hair in 2017, and a lot of people are like, oh, Cliff fell off. Oh, no. Just because, like, you should be happy that I was in a position to be able to say, I'm not doing hair no more. I'm not taking no more clients. I'm moving on to something else. And I did that because you have to remember, I toured all across the world with different artists. I taught classes all around the world. I did clients in every single city. I literally was doing all of this stuff when I was 16. I was 16 years old in high school, having a full roster of celebrity clients. And I had a talent that was undeniable. Once you get to a certain point, when you're running laps around people, it is not fun no more. It's super boring. And it's like, I was bored. And I like to be uncomfortable. I like to have, like, something to work towards. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like music was, like, the next thing, in my opinion, because I knew nothing about it. I knew how to rhyme. I knew how to sometimes, I'm a really good writer. I feel like I can speak very well. But when it came down to music, I felt like that was an industry that I really always was interested in. And I wanted to be uncomfortable.
So do you ever look back and say, damn, man, I wish I would have went about it another way? Because you still could have made music.
No, because if I want to get back in this hair game right now, today, like if I left here and said, I'm going to rap and I'm going to do hair, it would be over for everybody.
So let me ask you why. Because I feel like, and you could take, because I'm a stranger. And what I mean by that, I didn't know nothing about, like, you know, like the hair, how lit you was. Like, I'm a completely stranger. All this is just from research that I've done. And from when I'm asking, right, like, I'm glad you said it first, because, like, I guess one person was like, Cliff was like a superstar, young, like way before everybody, for real. But, like, I don't know, he just fell off or whatever. And I'm like, by you saying that, I know you hear it. You know, you don't never, like, that don't never hurt your feelings. You never think about, like, damn, what if?
It does sometimes, but I'm not gonna lie. Like I have a bigger vision for myself, and right now I'm kind of like reinventing myself a little bit. Um, that's like if Nicki Minaj was to say today, like, "Oh, I'm not gonna rap no more. I'm gonna be a doctor." Of course, people are gonna say she fell off because they're used to her for one thing, and that's music. However, right now I'm doing my groundwork and I'm trying to implant it in people's heads. Like, listen, I'm going to be an artist now. I don't care how you feel. I'm going to be an artist. And eventually I know, because anything I say I'm going to do, I do it. Like I remember being 16, standing in front of my cosmetology class and telling them I'm going to be a big celebrity hairstylist. And everybody laughed. Everybody was like, boy, go ahead, whatever. And look what happened. I remember saying I was going to have my own TV show. Everybody, okay, whatever, Cliff.
Boom, BET.
What happened? BET. So music is not an overnight thing, you know, and you have to stay down until you come up. And when my come up comes, it's just going to be like a win-win because people already know me for hair back in the day. Now it's just going to amplify it.
So you want to talk about music? I know that, right?
Mm-hmm.
So let's have a real conversation.
Okay.
You've been doing music. You ain't just start music.
Yeah, like 2018.
I mean, that's not just yesterday though.
But I feel like I haven't fully like tapped into it yet.
So you telling me you want me as a consumer, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm glad we set the stage. So you know we just okay. Vibing, we rapping. If I'm a consumer, right, and you want me to take your music serious, but you've been rapping since 2018. How many projects you put out?
I haven't put out a project yet.
You ain't put out a project yet. How many? If we look on iTunes, I think you dropped one song just recently, right? And like April. The rest of it is like 2021. But you telling me you want me to take you serious as an artist? How?
Because I feel like I have talent, and when it comes, and I know this is something I'm working with as far as being consistent. And shout out to my new team that I just got.
Shout out to the gang.
Yes. However, I feel like a lot of it lacked within me having so many things going on, because outside of being an artist, I'm an entrepreneur. I have a business. I have a lifestyle to maintain. So I don't have nobody putting money behind me. I don't have, a lot of these artists who are getting signed, who, are established, they have somebody who is putting money behind them. I have rent to pay. I have a car note that's the fucking price of my rent. I have employees to pay. Like, I have so much I have going on. So music doesn't pay me. And I have to do what pays me and then do my music. But however, I feel like this is going to be the year. And remember this. This is going to be the year that I'm going to be super consistent. And I'm just going to.
So it was a time where you was doing hair. And guess how many days of the week you was doing hair?
Every fucking day, yes.
Every day.
My bad.
No, you good. You can guess. It's good. You was doing hair every single day. And you became Cliff.
But wait, don't get it construed. I'm in the studio at least 3 or 4 times a week.
Okay.
I just don't put it out.
But that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm trying to tell you. I can care less about you being in the studio.
Right, no.
Three
but
times.
Guess what? I feel like as an artist, like, and this is another thing, right? Like, let's not act like I started rapping in 2018 and I just like was like, okay, single here, single there. I don't want to. No, as an artist, you have to study your craft. I like every day for months. I watched what was it with Big Tig on BET?
Big Tig in the basement, the Rap City in the basement.
Yeah, oh my God, I studied that because I wanted to improve my bars. I did artist development for literally like 2 years straight.
Damn.
So as an artist, and this is where a lot of artists get it misconstrued, they come out with a song and it might go viral, but they have no star power. They know nothing about hip hop. They know nothing about the history. They don't, like, I study people like Foxy Brown, Little Kim. I study their era. I study how, like, they act in their videos, like their demeanor. All of that stuff matters as an artist. And I feel like, once I'm ready, which I'm ready now, but for a while I felt like I wasn't ready. I felt like there was a lot more I felt like I wanted to know about music, because it's not like hair. I went to school for hair. I'm teaching myself as far as rhyming, as far as like punchlines, metaphor, I'm doing this myself. So it's like, I have to take time myself and really understand it and really get down to the get down before I really just start throwing stuff out.
How do you think the feedback is so far for your music?
I feel like, the last couple, like the last 2021 and 2022, they're fucking with it.
They fucking with it?
Yeah.
I say that because when I listen to the music, it's so easy to be judgmental, right? Like it's easy to judge a book by its cover. When I listen to it, I actually think you can rap. But I was curious to ask you this, like, do you think that's part of the problem? Because like you hear these music, because you ain't the only one that's doing this. Like, of course we got Saucy Santana. I don't know if Roland Ray made it. I don't know. It's so many people in the LGBTQ community that's making music. So we can't really let the head that be a crush now, because it's 2022 at this point.
Right.
But when you hear the music that Santana is making, right? It's really speaking from the girl perspective, like twerking and walking and all that. And you are speaking from a girl perspective, but you're really rapping though. Right. Like you're rapping. And it can, I don't know, like.
I just really feel like it's my consistency. I really do.
Okay.
This year, y'all going to see me be so consistent like this. I'm going to make sure that the remainder of the year, I just really feel like it's my consistency. I feel like as long as I can stay consistent, and not even with being consistent, because I'm not going to lie, for a while, I didn't have a team. I didn't have I didn't have people behind me. Like, even on days that I woke up and said, you know what, I don't want to be a fucking rapper no more. Guess what? You I got to motivate myself. Yeah. I don't have nobody behind me like Cliff. Ain't no quitting. Ain't no like, no. Or when I got to like, because not only am I paying my bills, I'm paying my mom's bills, I'm paying my grandma. So, I have shit I'm working towards. Like, it's not just a one man, it's not like a label just signed me and I got millions. No, I have to work for what I want. And if the money isn't rolling in, like, I care about no shade, I care about my money more than I care about somebody taking me serious with music. I used to. Now I'll go broke for the music. Because I feel like it's not, like, all you have to do is be consistent. And I feel like that's my problem.
Do you feel like you need like one of those party songs? Do you feel like pressure from that? Because I feel like the music I hear is not party from you. I'm hearing rap.
I just feel like I'm still kind of figuring out my sound. I don't know if I want to go more pop. I don't know if I want to go more like trap. But me personally, I feel like with how I rap and how rough I am, I don't really feel like that's my style.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think so either. But that's why. But it could be that could be a harder route.
And I'm not gonna lie. Like, my manager could tell you, she says that in the past, I've dropped all the wrong songs. Like, if you listen to my catalog of music, like the other day we sat down and we listened to literally, it's gangster shit. It's like shit like that. Like, you'll be like, okay. And I feel like the stuff I try to put out is like twerky, and that's not me. It's me. I like that music, but that's not my sound. That's not what's going to gravitate the people.
Like the shit you did with Saucy Santana.
Yeah, like, that's not my sound.
You could tell.
But I feel like I did it because I'm like, I got Santana on the track. Like, let's like do it big, But I did the best I could. Shit.
It's all good. Yeah. I feel like what people don't understand. Let's not get it fucked up. I understand and I empathize with like you taking care of your parents. Like, if God forbid, if it stopped today, you're a legend. Like, you did a lot of shit. Let's not get it. Like, I don't even want to seem like I'm coming off saying any other thing. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just speaking of towards the creative art of it. People, how they say, so what, you going through that? Keep working. You get what I'm trying to say? That's all I'm speaking towards.
Right.
Speaking about this, like, so it's like you got to reinvent yourself. Going back to the hair, do you feel like when you made the change of like, because you was dressing like a boy at once, like you was Cliff guy, you had the mohawk, things like that, and then you was like, nah, I want to do this. Did you didn't really prepare your audience for that? Do you think?
I don't feel like I need to.
You ain't need to, but do you think that impacted the people that supported you?
No.
You don't think so?
I feel like we had, like, no shade to women. I love women. But I feel like you have some women who are just like, they see a boy, the boy has hair and makeup on, his glam is together, he's dressing good. They might feel like their man might like look at me, or something, and they're instantly like hating.
Okay.
And I feel like a lot of my followers was like that. A lot of my women were like that. But like, when people like actually get to meet me, I'm so sweet. I don't be on that type time. I'm very uplifting. But I just say that to say this, like, and remember this interview. Anybody that's watching, remember this interview. this is going to be the year that y'all see a lot of changes within me and my brand. Just me as like a total powerhouse name. Like, not only do I want to be an artist, but I want to have like big brand deals with like MAC and Maybelline, and you know, I just want to really, and I want to tap into my community. Like, I want to really, because you know, my community is we're very misunderstood. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like me and you was just talking about how you was like, oh, you know, I don't know. I didn't know if you wanted to be like a girl. You know, a lot of us are very misunderstood. So I just want to be like that voice for my community. But I also want to be musically where I want to be.
And I commend that. And what I'm saying, like when I hear you speak, I feel like it's almost like, how can I put it? Like you're too down to earth, right? Because I feel like when I'm listening to you, you sound like me. But in all respect, like you're not me. Like you're like the GOAT in what you do. I'm dope at what I do. Don't get it fucked up. But like I'm just giving you respect.
Right.
And it sounds like you want an understanding from people.
I don't want no fuck them.
But yeah, like when I'm hearing you, right? When I'm hearing you, just it's like.
Well, I ain't gonna lie though, because when I used to be a hairstylist, I used to be a snob. I used to be a fucking snob, and this is me at a young age, just feeling myself like. And I'm not gonna lie, I feel like I turned a lot of people off. Like. People and not even being a snob, but like if I see somebody at the hair show and they're like, Cliff, they're coming up to me, they're crying, they're like, oh my God, right? And I'm like, hey, yeah,
right, okay,
get her away from me, okay, you know. But it just was because I was so young, I wasn't used to that.
Right.
But now I just feel like the best way to do things is to stay humble. Be a humble beast. And that's what I want to be, a humble beast. Like, I don't care how far I go. I want to maintain and be the same humble, genuine-hearted person that I always have been.
Right.
And I don't ever want to change it.
I want to get back to the switch, right? When I say the switch from, like, Cliff, the guy that we see, to Cliff with the dressing like a girl or makeup and things like that, right? And you say you don't think that it caught people by surprise, or like you just didn't care?
I mean, it was a slow transition. It was like I was wearing the hair 1 minute, and I would go back to the mohawk. Like, it was like I would put my foot in and then take it out.
It was 1 foot in, 1 foot out.
Yeah. Then like after a while, I just said fuck it. Yeah.
Yeah. Nah, I was asking that because like we keep saying this fucking round might be the title of the interview. You had to cross so many people can walk, and I feel like when you made that transition, it might was uncomfortable for your audience, and they didn't know how to take it. Because one thing about humans is like we hate different, right? Yeah. I feel like you was probably one of the first to do that, and then you were so lit, and it's like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
But now anybody can do it now, and it's like they praise them.
Yeah.
Do you ever look at your peers and be like, damn, like these motherfuckers got lucky because I wasn't so lucky when
I feel like what's meant for me is meant for me. What's meant for anybody else is meant for them. Like, that's like Nikki. Nikki has crawled so many can run. Same thing with me. If you know, you know. If you don't, you don't. It's not my responsibility to school you on what I've done, how I've impacted this industry. It's not my like, you know what I'm saying? I feel like the people who know, they know. The people who don't, you'll just still try to figure it out.
I say that because we are human though. So we have our moments when we in the house and like, you get frustrated. And that's really what I want to talk to. Because when I talk to people, I always try to dig deeper into those conversations. Like, how do you feel when nobody around? When you're in a room by yourself?
I feel good as fuck.
Okay.
I lost all this weight. Like, I get money every day.
This is true.
I ain't counting nobody else's pockets. You know, I feel good.
But you are trying to reinvent yourself.
I am.
Again, I think. Right? With the
so music. Wait, you feel like because I'm trying to reinvent myself, do you feel like I'm like depressed or something?
Fuck no. I don't. Hell no. Like, nah, like, ain't shit to be depressed about. I'm trying to imagine being super lit in something, right? And then trying to reach for a different goal, kind of like Kanye West, right? Kanye West is Kanye West and making beats, right? So that's why I would never like doubt you, because I seen it. Kanye West is one of my favorite people, right? So like I say, like Kanye West is a superstar at making beats,
right?
But he was like, I want to rap, and niggas ain't take him serious. And I'm trying to pick your mind and understand, like, how do you feel of like being so dope in some areas, and you trying to show people, trying to prove people that I can rap, I'm a rapper, take me serious. But it's like, it's taking time, I guess. It's not the same Cliff that was doing hair.
Right.
That's why I'm trying to understand how you feel about that. Like, when you in a house and you see these people, your peers that had similar routes than you. You know what I'm saying? And like, I see it, and I'm just doing 2 hours worth of research. So
well,
like,
I'm not gonna lie, like, and I feel like, I don't know if it's this barely.
Like, be real. That's
but I feel like a lot of people know.
Take some more.
I feel like a lot of people have had platforms. I feel like whether if it's been like a TV show, whether if it's been like a, you know, people like that are lit that they hang around. I feel like I've always grinded on my own. I'm like literally self-made. Nobody can say they made me. Nobody can say like, oh, I put Cliff, like literally Cliff put Cliff on.
Facts.
So I don't even remember what you just asked me. Like,
I think I understand what you're saying though. So sometimes people might get endorsements by.
But wait, this is why I would never be upset, never be sad, right? If music doesn't work out, I swear to God, I can make a post right now while we in this office, and I can say, back taking appointments. Do you know how much money I would get?
I believe you.
Like, do you know, like, now I wouldn't be washed up or whatever they be saying. You know, now I would be back to go, oh my God, Cliff. So I'm not worried about anything because they're going to fall on a bandwagon eventually with my music.
Okay. So I think you're comfortable because, like, you already know, like, bro, if I wanted to.
Yeah. No, that's like real shit.
Okay.
Like, it's just right now, let me be an artist and let me do the groundwork and let me show y'all why. Like, as a hairstylist, when I was 16, I ain't gonna lie, it was hard because I had so many older stylists like trying to compete with me, argue with me, beef with me, putting their business cards in front of my shop, like, you know, creating a beef. And me being so young, I'm ready to get shit cracking. I'm ready to fight. I'm ready, you know, and people used to tell me like, Cliff, you can't do that. Just let it show in your work. So as an artist, I don't want sympathy. I don't want people, oh, well, let's go listen to Cliff music because whatever he's seen. I want people to actually see like this motherfucker is grinding. Yeah. This motherfucker is really hustling and he really deserves to be wherever he's trying to be.
I fuck with that. That's and funny. I can actually hear the growth because I think you did an interview 2 years ago, maybe 3 years ago, and you was saying like that was one of the things that you was working towards, and that was like not really taking what everybody say so personal or something like being famous, I guess, because I think that's hard. Like people don't understand, like people are famous, they still regular people. So you say something to me that's disrespectful, I'm still trying to, but you still got a little bit of snappy in you.
You think so?
It sounds like it because you like niggas ain't gonna disrespect me.
No, they're not.
But what's disrespect to you? What was disrespect?
Anything I feel like is disrespect. If you
niggas said anything. Niggas is crazy.
No, not saying it like that, but I'm just saying like
anything I feel like.
Like anytime I feel like something is out of context and it's like, who the fuck are you talking? Like that's when I feel disrespect. Like, or like people be thinking they disrespecting me when they be like, oh, he, she, ooh, I'm sorry. I'm like that. I don't care about that because I know a lot of people looking at me or like, you know, looking at what I have going on, a lot of people don't know how to you know, like how to cope with that. Yeah. So I don't be feeling disrespect with that.
Okay. So what is something that, like, I guess if somebody comment under your picture some wild shit, is that disrespect?
Yeah. And sometimes I really do be arguing back with them, and it's just like, and then I be having my boyfriend getting on me like, what you doing? What are you doing? Why are you arguing with them? Like, block them.
Facts. Like, I'm just thinking. So, do you think it's hard to be like famous? Because if you arguing with somebody in your comments, I mean, that's like.
I mean, I will say, being an influencer, being in the limelight, sometimes having, you know, like followers and stuff, I feel like a lot of people feel like you owe them something. A lot of people feel like you owe them validation. Like, first of all, let me just say this. This is probably why you feel like I'm so humble. I don't need validation to know, like, who I am and what I do. I don't need a crowd. I don't need a posse. I'm a one-man show. Like, I know what I'm capable of. And another thing, a lot of these like rappers and people who have shit going on, they don't have no talent. Like, meaning, like, outside of rapping, what the fuck can you do?
Like, who don't have talent?
I don't know who. Like, I'm just saying, like, you know, like, it's like, what can you do outside? It's seriously. It's like, what can you do outside of being an influencer or a rapper or whatever? What can you do? What do you have to show for? If the rapping is dead today or tomorrow, what can you do?
So, this is true, and I see the talent for sure. Let's talk about this though.
Oh my God.
For real, bro. Listen, you didn't work with people. You didn't work with people before people became who they were. Before people became people. And I hear you say you self-made. You doing all. You did everything by yourself, and it's other people that might have got cosigns and that helped their career. but you in a position where you can get a cosign from a couple people.
I don't want a cosign. I don't want people to look at me and say, "Oh, only reason why he on is because I don't want that."
So
because I feel like you don't last long like that.
Oh, hold up. You ain't about to just say that on this platform. Let me challenge you respectfully. Yeah, take your sip. Respectfully. We got some niggas that's giving Grammys on Instagram. Like, we done seen Drake post Kodak Black, and Kodak Black is still probably one of the hottest niggas out right now. We done seen people like, like just endorse somebody.
I feel like Instagram and social media isn't as authentic as it was in 2015, 2016.
Okay.
I feel like now you got the actual fans thinking that they're fucking celebrities and they're just talking out the side of their asses and stuff. And it's just like, back in the day, you could post somebody's business and they can blow up. Now you got to post that person 10 times for them to even get
100 followers.
Yeah, like, what the fuck is going on?
It's not like that.
Yeah, so I'd rather just work, and I'd rather, like, I've always been the type of person, like, I'd rather show you better than I could tell you. Like, even being young, I remember in Delaware, like, I would be, like, about to catch the bus to go to work to do whatever I was doing, maybe if it was hair or journeys or whatever. And I remember, like, women like, "Oh, you do hair?" And I'd be like, "Mm-hmm." And they'll be like, "How old are you?" I'd be like, 16. They'd be like, "Child, my nephew do it." Like, and they would be like, "Bitch,
you don't even know, nigga."
Yeah, like, you really don't know. Like, bitch, I will slay the fuck out your hair. Like, but I've always been the type of person, like, I'd rather show you than I can tell you.
So we back and forth, like we said, right? We're going music, hair, all this, right? Question: why do so many ladies, because I just interviewed 2 girls. They got something called Beyond the Cheer podcast. Shout out to them. Dope. But it's like everybody that gets in that position, it's like they get to a point where they super lit and they like, I ain't doing it no more. Like, why? It's like,
it's so much. It, like, oh my God, let me tell you. As a hairstylist, like, once I moved to Atlanta, life started to hit me as far as, like, social media, as far as, like, clout chasers. At one point, I was known as the biggest scammer. At one point, I was known as
finessing too.
I wasn't fucking finessing.
Oh, all right. So how did you know you had that then?
No, I promise you. Like, I'm literally a natural giver. I promise you this. Like, I never have had to finesse. It might have been.
If you did, it's okay. Just tell me off camera
I'm
how
gonna
I
keep it real. I'm gonna keep it real with you. Right. I used to charge like $400 or $500 for installs. I ain't have to finesse for nothing.
Okay, my bad.
No, it's all right. But like, let's just say, like, I remember on my 19th birthday, I did a hairstyle. And I was selling hair, and I remember in 3 hours I had made like $27,000, right?
Damn.
And the platform who was accepting the payments, they locked my money up for months. And they weren't really telling me like, oh, well, we'll release it this day or whatever. So I remember like not really knowing what to do with people's orders. And I don't know if people thought I was going to spend my own money to, order the hair and ship it to them and then have, basically, make a long story short, being so young, like, I didn't really have the guidance, you know what I'm saying? And for a while, I was being looked at as a scammer, or people would come to the salon and, like, try to pick with me, knowing I'm going to snap out. And I don't know. It just, a lot of that type of stuff, it just really, like, I feel like my peace means more than anything. So, as a hairstylist, when you have to deal with these things, it's just like, fuck no.
Damn.
Yeah, like,
cause like on the outside, I would see like, yo, like when, like we got somebody from Baltimore that's super lit at doing hair, and I remember like when she had said she was quitting the chair, and I'm like, what the fuck, you just got super lit, and I was just like, I don't understand it. And I hear these girls that I had on the podcast, they like Beyond the Chair, and it's like, bro, like you hear that so often from hairstylists, and like they just trying to get past that.
Yeah, but, I never. The goal was to never be behind the chair for the rest of my life. I mean, what the hell? I started when I was 15, so it was only a amount of time that, like, the goal is to be rich. I'm talking rich. So it's only but so rich you can get behind the chair, like, Now
you said you was like worth a couple mil. Did you ever see $1 million? Like,
I did
altogether.
Yes.
Damn. That's
fire. I did.
I fire. Because I mean,
when I get signed, I'm going to definitely see more millions.
You trying to get signed?
Yeah, I'm trying to get signed. I'm tired of spending my own money. I don't want to spend my own money.
You want to spend your money.
I don't want to spend my own money.
It's just a loan.
But as a label, when you get signed to a label, they can do so much for you. They can get you all types of endorsements and brand deals, and you're here, you're there, you're on this billboard, you're there, you have this feature with this art. Like, I'd rather be signed.
Yeah, I feel you. I don't know. I'm a guy. I hate
Just think about it.
If
If I'm signed and I still have everything I have going on, like with my vendors list and selling hair or whatever, I would be like A-okay.
I think you A-okay now. Like
no, but I would be A-okay.
Like triple A.
Yeah.
Yo, question, do you do therapy at all?
No.
You never did therapy?
Mm-mm. I just feel like that's bullshit.
How was it bullshit, first of all?
Cause like I remember I had this girl working for me, right? Like therapists, they be trying to like diagnose you with shit, right? So I remember I had this girl and she had she was my assistant and she used to have a therapist, right? And she used to act a little white sometimes. Her name was Kayla. And we would be like working and shit. And like let's say if I yell at her, she would be like, oh my God, I have to take my depressant medicine. And I just remember one day I turned around, I was like, bitch. Like all that shit is fake as fuck. Like you don't even need no medicine, bitch. Like stop playing with me, right? So I remember she just stopped taking the medicine and everything was still fine. Like, and I just feel like I don't know. I just feel like it's all a waste of money. Like I could talk to my boyfriend or my mom or somebody, who ain't gonna judge me.
Interesting.
Because therapists be being messy too.
You think so?
They be going home telling their kids, hell yeah.
See,
if I was a therapist, I would.
That's because you ain't shit.
Yeah.
Because you ain't shit don't mean your therapist
ain't
shit.
I would be like, yeah, it was this girl today. She was telling me all these men. Like, that's just what I would do.
Let me tell you about this bitch, man. What's her name? Alicia.
Like, let's be real. You don't think therapists go home and tell their family you would not believe this one bitch who came up here. Like, you don't think so?
I mean, I don't know. So I started therapy and it was really good for me. Because I was an angry little nigga. Like I was an angry motherfucker.
Oh, you think I'm angry?
No, I never said that. Like,
oh my God, I think it's this Bel Air Rose.
Nigga, it's crazy. Nigga said, you think I'm angry? Where the fuck did that come from? No, I'm saying I was angry. I started doing therapy. And I was, and you just said like you used to be wilding, and now I hear a different side of you.
But I feel like it's just growth. It's like I'm 25 now.
You still young as shit.
I'm young, but I'm like so mature. I'm like the mom, like out of all my friends that come around. Sometimes they be like, whoa, hold on. I'm not looking for a dad or a mom. I'm looking for a friend.
You so cap.
I swear.
I feel like at 25, everybody was like that. Like, man, I'm just so grown now. Like, I'm just
no.
over it.
I really like, and
I've
been holding my own weight since I've been like. Once I turned 18 and I walked across that graduation stage. 2 months later, I moved to Atlanta, and I've been on my own ever since.
No, I'm not taking away from that.
I'm just saying more so like I forced myself to be an adult. When I was 16, I would get into it with my mom. I'd be like, Mom, I can't wait until I'm 18. And I definitely did what I had to do.
So what we got coming up, man? You got this. I seen the freestyle you did with Amp. That was dope. How are you like preparing to drop some more music? Because you got.
So I'm about to drop a mixtape.
What's the name?
Like an actual mixtape. So it's a couple of names we're choosing from, but either Gorgeous Gangsta. Mm-hmm. You might get a little Gorgeous Gangsta Volume 1. You might even get a Volume 2. Or Rapunzel. That kind of correlates the hair and the music. But it's going to be like an old type of mixtape. Like not an EP just yet, but a mixtape. Like I'm going to be freestyling on a whole bunch of beats and stuff. And, like kind of how like Nicki used to do her Playtime Is Over and Beam Me Up Scotty. That's kind of what we're going to do. And we're trying to do that by the month of Pride, June or... yeah, like mid-June, so.
Yeah, I was looking at the iTunes, and you said you never dropped a project, but there's like a few projects on here.
There's no project. Singles.
So, okay, so they all singles, but it was under albums, I guess, but it was just singles. Mm-hmm. Damn. You prepared for what's about to happen next? For this music shit?
Yeah.
Are you planning on reaching out to anybody? Because you still want to get features, and you got relationships with people. So you don't have to get endorsed, but it's work.
Yes, but I want to get to the point where like people are like, "Yo, put me on that track, Cliff." I don't want to hunt nobody down. Cause I know how that feels. Like I know when people used to have to hunt me down, it's not a good feeling. I want people to come to me like, "Bitch, let me get on one of your songs because you was a little lit bitch and you coming up." That's how I want to be. So I don't.
So you wouldn't reach out to a Jocelyn or like a Cardi? Do you still have those relationships? Mm-hmm. You wouldn't reach out and be like, yo, like, come on,
yeah.
Man.
But I just feel like I said, I love being self-made.
I respect it. I do. I respect it. But if a nigga got Cardi B in his pocket, call Cardi B. Like, yo, get on this song.
But I just feel like that's so unprofessional because I used to be her hairstylist. Okay. I'm not trying to call her about no music. Cardi, when I did her Up freestyle, she commented and she was like, so dope. I'm so proud of you, Cliff. Because she seen when I first started trying to rap. Right now, I just want to prove myself. Okay. I feel like still I haven't proven myself as an artist yet. Once I prove myself, I feel like it'll be like this. Like it'll be,
and that's respectable. It's commendable. Like you really can't. I might joke about it. You can't be mad at that.
Yeah.
How do you? Just curious. How do you feel about because you was with Jocelyn before she like kind of like blew up as the artist?
No, she was already.
She was like lit, but she was making music, but she wasn't the do it like it's my B-Day.
Mm-hmm.
You get what I'm
saying?
I
ain't gonna lie. When I used to work with Jocelyn used to want that shit so bad, and I feel like she deserves whatever she has going on. I feel like she really deserves it. I remember going to the studio with her, and I used to see so much potential in her just being some type of like Latino superstar, just because I feel like she has star power. Like Jocelyn can really actually dance. You might like think I'm joking, but she knows how to dance. And you know, I just used to see like a star power in her. Like I really feel like in the Latino world, Jocelyn could really be like a Beyonce over there. And it's just like she has the sex appeal. She has like the look. She's a beautiful woman. And I'm just so happy that she's finally getting what she has worked hard for.
No, I commend that. I fuck with it. Somebody had asked me about how I felt about the song. And I was like, I don't really care for it, but I respect the fact that like,
I mean, you gotta remember that shit is stuck in your head every time you hear it.
But I love the grind though. Like it kind of reminds me of Cardi B. Like when like she was on Love and Hip Hop, I think. I don't know if that was it. And she was saying she wanted to be a rapper. Niggas DJ Self kind of like put her to the side. I know he feels stupid about that. But look, that's what people
are doing with me, right? It's okay though. So the underdog always comes out on top.
It's gonna come out. It's gonna be dope. I fuck with it, man. I appreciate the conversation. I appreciate you pulling up.
No problem.
When are you dropping the mixtape? You got a date yet, or? You know, niggas get quiet. Niggas look to the. Yo, how was the? I appreciate it. How was the team going though? Like
it's going good. We kind of just started working like last week, but within the last week, we kind of been on it. It's about to be Pride. Like we can't be playing around. So
one of y'all like, what's some of the things that you're saying that's like super different or that you can really see?
Just like staying on top of me and having structure, because I feel like I'm the type of person, let's say if I'm teaching somebody a one-on-one class, or if I have surgery next week, if it was up to me, I would just be resting. But I know for a fact like they'll be behind the scenes still working, kind of trying to get everything together. That way when I come back, it's just like work. Pride, okay, performance here, do this, do that. Like we, you know, the grind doesn't stop. So, and I feel like that's what I needed for so many years with my music.
Just somebody to put like that extra push.
Yeah.
Cause I see your gram and I don't really see a lot. I still see hair and stuff. Like, are you done with it or?
I'm like done with it. I'm like trying to exit. Like I'm trying to teach the girls my craft so they can stop running around here with these thin sew-ins and stuff, and they can, you know, get their little raggedy lace frontals and stuff together. That's what I'm trying to do. But if they don't take advantage of it, then
what is hard? Like, why you say you trying? Is it
just people just be feeling like they made it already?
So you think it's harder to try to do the classes than do?
No, it ain't harder.
Nigga, what is it then? Tell me. I'm asking you. You said it is because they feel like they made it.
No, wait. I feel like I'm drinking too much. Hold on. You said what?
I'll fuck with it. Niggas probably never seen this clip ever. Like, nigga, this is probably the dopest shit. So I'm asking, cause you trying to get the girls to get their own shit popping for us. So then what is thin ass sew-ins, whatever it is, right?
I'm just trying to show them how to like literally have that finished, polished look. And if you feel like you're a stylist and you can't grow from me, the fucking GOAT, like the OG GOAT, then that's on you.
So I'm asking, do you think it's hard to get those people?
I'm not persuading nobody to take a class with me. It's either you gonna do it or
How is it going though?
It's going really good.
Okay. All right. I mean,
but you know how many hairstylists it is out there?
It's a lot, nigga. You came to Atlanta, like, but do you think it helped your career? I think
of course.
Atlanta's lit. Yeah. Talk to me about you see people make these funny jokes about you going to Atlanta to chase your dream, and they joke about it. Talk to me like it's really like that though.
I mean, I feel like it has to be in you. Like you have to be a grinder, a hustler. If you're not that, it ain't gonna work.
Okay. Well, no, I appreciate you for pulling up.
No
Make sure you
problem.
keep me updated with the
I will
with the music
the
and shit.
mixtape.
And thanks for taking a drink with me because you was acting
No
like
problem.
you
Now I'm fucked up.
You ain't nothing fucked up, man.
Yes, I.
It's Cliff Vmir, right?
Yeah.
Cliff Vmir, everybody. Mr. J Hill. It's a wrap.
Period.